respect to the UN Security Council resolution and the President's view that it was a small step, I share that view. We had hoped for a much stronger resolution from the Security Council. Having said that, I think it did accomplish a couple of things. One, a complete prohibition on textiles, which does represent somewhere between $700 and $800 million of export revenue to the regime. And I think importantly, the successful conclusion of yet another unanimous UN Security Council resolution in and of itself, I think does continue to send a consistent message to the regime in North Korea, and importantly to those who continue to enable North Korea's activities, that the international community does have a common view on the seriousness of North Korea's proliferation program. I am hopeful that China, as a great country, a world power, will decide on their own and will take it upon themselves to use that very powerful tool of oil supply to persuade North Korea to reconsider its current path towards weapons development, reconsider its approach to dialogue and negotiations in the future. That is a very powerful tool. It has been used in the past, and we hope China will not reject that or discard that as a very powerful tool that they alone really have the ability to assert.
This is not the time when we're trying to get the Chinese to exert the maximum possible pressure. And by the way, I think the Chinese have done more perhaps than we thought that they would, but there is scope for them to do much, much more, particularly in respect of oil. Now is not the time to start setting other hares running with other attempts at engagement with the regime in Pyongyang. The focus has got to be on what China can do as the country that's responsible for 93% of North Korea's external trade, and I was very struck by the strong support for that position, particularly from our French friends. The Iranians have got to behave and fulfill their side of the bargain, and they've got to stop being adventurous and expansionist and causing trouble in the region, whether it's in Yemen or Syria or anywhere else. And of course, on the other side, we in the UK think it very important that Iran, that country of 80 million people, many of them young, potentially liberal, could be won over to a new way of thinking. I think it's important that they should see that there are benefits, economic benefits, from the JCPOA as well.
Through their actions to prop up the Assad regime, to engage in malicious activities in the region, including cyber activity, aggressively developing ballistic missiles, and all of this is in defiance of UN Security Council Resolution 2231, thereby threatening, not ensuring, but threatening the security of those in the region as well as the United States itself. So we have to consider the totality of Iran's activities and not let our view be defined slowly by the nuclear agreement.
Thank you. Thank you.